Greetings and welcome, guys, gals, and non-binary pals, to episode 458 of the Words About Games podcast, the weekly gaming podcast for Words About Games. I'm one of your hosts, Amy K. Alexander. I'm joined this week by the three-star champ himself, it's Daffy Moody.
Let's do this! Everybody, it's Friday. You know what that means. I don't know where that voice came from, but who gives a fuck? We're going with it. It's video game day, the holiest fucking day as it is. It's an incredible day because it's video game day. All hail video games day. Hell yeah.
It doesn't. I don't know where it came from, but I don't know where it went either because you know it's getting
because it cut out for me, but it's all good. Don't worry about it.
Maybe I need to replace the Elgato mic. She's getting a bit old.
No, it's only you, Adora, and your partner heard that one, so don't worry about it.
And maybe the person from last week who was cutting the grass outside. Are they cutting the grass again?
No, it's raining. It's drizzling a little bit, so I doubt they're going outside.
Just come rain or shine. And we're also joined by the lone wolf, Vitz Patel.
Oh,
Daddy's
what's
back.
good, everyone? I listened to the last episode. Can't leave you alone for a second, can I?
No, apparently not.
So
my question is,
yeah,
sorry, if I can put it in. My question is, so if Fitz your daddy, Amy's got to be mommy, right? Because I'm the youngest out of all three of you, so right? So your daddy, Amy's mommy, and I'm just the baby.
Dora would be the baby.
Yeah, that's true.
I'm the annoying uncle. Is that what you're saying?
The drunk uncle.
Yes, the drunk uncle who's sober. Yeah, the teetotal's drunk uncle.
The one everyone forgets about.
Sits in the corner.
Oh yeah, we have to invite him, don't we?
Complaining about them bloody
dear
lips.
listener, the last time I left my dearest co-host to their own devices, they decided to roll into their titties again and again and again. And last time out, apparently I'm daddy now, so it is what it is. There's no point trying to fight it at this point because I know they'll just double down. So here we are.
I will.
Yeah, exactly.
I was thoroughly ashamed of myself the entire time last week. I don't know what you're talking about.
It did look like that way. When the words left your mouth,
I resisted.
Moody doubled down.
I resisted at first, and then
because you said dad, and then Moody doubled down and said daddy, and that's when you broke.
And then I was like, no, we're not doing that. But then you can see the soul, my soul leave my body as I join him on the bit. It's like the Simpsons gag. Look, if you pause, you can see the instant.
Exactly. The heartbreak.
It's like I have to join in.
But yeah, I hope you're doing well, everybody out there in Listenerland.
But like, we got up to some shenanigans. We got up to a lot of Vitz related shenanigans last week, to the point where when when you text in, I'm watching the podcast and I have thoughts. I was like, which part? I think there are several parts that you might have thoughts about.
It was the messages on Bluesky in the week between when you was like, you know what, I'm just going to mildly threaten him and I'm going to bully him into doing another D&D thingy. Yeah, you forgot about that one, didn't you?
No, she didn't. Just me.
The Bluesky post was, Dimension 20 is awesome. I'm gonna have to bully Vitz into running a campaign. To which Vitz replied, yeah, I agree, Dimension 20 is awesome. Wait, what?
You don't have to bully, you could just ask me.
I've been
chosen her path.
I've been asking them to play Yakuza for like 2 years now. It hasn't worked. I'm going straight to the top level.
Technically, I did try it. I did 2 streams. It didn't stick.
But yeah, no, and then I doubled down on it by getting other people involved. And I told you about the text messages, right? After last week's episode, where it's like the people we were talking about doing Dungeons and Dragons have replied to me, and then in a mildly excited but also slightly threatening way about setting it up.
But yeah, D&D is awesome, and everybody should find like-minded souls to play with because it can be the best time ever.
Like Vitz. You can't find Vitz. Vitz is our like-minded soul.
Wait, do I have an exclusivity contract with yourselves?
I don't know.
I don't remember signing anything.
Moody, we need to sorry, Vitz. We need to confer here. Does Vitz have an exclusivity contract with us? Is that a thing? Did we say that?
Do we
last
have
week?
to? Do we pay him?
I'm gonna be honest. I don't remember a lot last week. Could have said anything.
Yeah.
I remember.
Yes, of
saying I was
course.
gonna-
Yes, he has an
yes.
exclusive.
You have an
yes,
exclusivity contract.
Yeah,
Sure.
Yep. It pays nothing. You get no benefits.
get
Did I
benefit
sign this
of-
contract or no?
Vitz gets the benefit.
Sure, you did
of-
sometime. Don't know when, but yeah. I'll find it. I'll find it. I know it's messy around my area right now, but I'll find it somewhere in the trash.
So it was so valuable to you, you threw the contract away. That's what I'm hearing.
Well, he has moved house. Like
I have to know.
Things get
It might
shuffled
be
around,
still at my
like-
last place. I'll hit my partner's phone with my boss. Hi, do you see a blood signature on something?
So, dear listeners, if you're wondering what the heck are they talking about, if you're happy to be new here, so as part of the
I'm so
Words About
sorry.
Games team, yes, first of all, we're very, very sorry, but
I'm
yeah,
not.
Moody hadn't enjoyed the delights of Dungeons and Dragons, and yeah, I can't remember which friend you were coercing into trying to do it for you, and they never came through.
Yeah, they suck.
they don't suck. It's,
Apparently so. But
Stop
then
doing that.
me, who's run a D&D game before, was like, I'll do a one shot for you and Amy, and so we did, and you can find that over on my channel under the banner Roll Dice and Play Nice.
and it was so successful. We're doing it again.
Yeah.
Wait, what? one more time.
More people this time.
My
Hey, as
life
soon as,
depends on it, apparently.
Mhm. Yeah, as soon as Pixel Pop Stars winds down, then yeah, I'm free to do other creative endeavors.
Have
I
you
would-
locked in the final?
12th of July, yeah.
There it is, babe.
I would never force you to do anything that you didn't want to do. Don't give me
Okay,
that
so
look.
if I explicitly tell you I don't want to do it, will you comply?
I will comply. I said, look, I said I won't force you to do anything you don't want to do.
Right.
I didn't say I wouldn't badger you about it.
That's a loophole. That's a loophole.
It's
I
not
think.
even a
Two
loophole.
completely
It's
different
two
things.
completely different words.
Yeah, exactly. Yep.
I can't
Damn you,
force
English
you.
language.
I can't actually force you to do anything you don't want to do. That doesn't mean I can't bring it up all the time.
How about now? How about now? Vitz, how about now?
How about now? Look,
now?
Vitz, I made a character. There's
Exactly. Look at the effort I've already put in. So remind me, who's the gang? Hypothetically, who would we?
So not the
rolling with?
entire gang, because that would be like 15 people.
Right.
At the very least, Erica, Sneaky Pete, I'll send you some clips.
Okay.
Rather than explain who they are on the podcast, like I'll
Just
just,
watch Among Us.
I'll just send you some Among Us clips.
Okay.
I'll
Fair
send you the pegging clip, which is not a clip, that's a
Exactly.
full
Yeah,
video.
the pegging clip
Yeah.
alone will
That
just
should
tell
do
you
it,
everything
yeah.
about that entire
No
squad.
other context needed.
Yeah,
No other context needed.
exactly.
But yeah,
Kind of.
I
thank
wonder
you
how
so much
Phil
for-
is.
Yeah, thank you for giving the grace to take a week off. We're starting a new job and whatnot. It's all very exciting, and I wasn't sure if I'd have the time and/or capacity to record, but here we are. Back at it like a bad habit.
Fun
We
stuff.
missed you.
We did.
It sounded like it.
We did. I swear.
And then it also sounded like if I were to leave, I'd be that deadbeat dad who said, "Oh, I'm going out for a pack of smokes and a lottery ticket," and then just away into the night. And then
It's
the
just
next
our
week, you'd
coping
be,
mechanism. That's all. Don't worry about it.
and the next week on the podcast, you're like, "Well, I guess you won the lottery."
Whenever,
Exactly.
whenever Vitz is not on the screen, all of the other characters should be asking, "Where's Vitz?"
Exactly.
Where's Poochie?
Exactly. But this will be one of these shows that doesn't have a laugh track to it. It's all
It's not.
higher bar comedy.
I can't afford a laugh track. What are you talking about?
all the people are apparently dead. The laugh tracks that you get, they're from like the 50s and whatnot.
That is Terrifying. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Now every time I'm watching something and there's a laugh track, it's like I'm not watching a comedy anymore.
Yeah, everything's a horror.
The souls of the dead are laughing at the hijinks of 6 friends in New York City.
Mm-hmm. In contemporary New York City.
Contemporary to the 90s New York City.
Yes.
Damn. There's a TV show idea in there though.
Mm-hmm.
Let's talk about some cool things.
Yeah.
Which is the new thing that we do every week, where we talk about cool things that we've seen, watched, and give you some recommendations. Because algorithms suck and personal recommendations are good.
Yes, this is true.
And Vitz, since you were off last week, why don't you kick it off?
Yeah, sure. So, what's good, everyone? The thing I'd like to talk about this week is, as many of you know, I am a bit of a Marvel sicko, and the one and only Ironheart dropped this week as a recording, with the first 3 episodes dropping, starring the character Riri Williams and starring actors like Anthony Ramos, who you may know from Hamilton and In the Heights and that last Transformers movie, which I don't think was very good. I never saw it, but yeah, it is very, very good. It's got the the stylings and the executive producer of Ryan Coogler, who you may know from Sinners, the latest work. But yeah, it's got all the ingredients to be another series showcasing Black excellence, and yeah, the vibes are really good on the show right now. So I am very much enjoying it. So yeah, 3 episodes have dropped this week. I believe 3 more are dropping next week. But yeah, available on your Disney Plus and or other places. Allegedly.
And
once again, that's Ironheart.
Cool. Moody, what could your cool thing possibly be this week?
I'm glad you asked, Amy. It's a film that you and me will be watching next week. I can't wait to see you watch this stuff. And Vitz, I know you'll watch it because I know you like great stuff. Sometimes, though, we have to force Amy to watch it. But either way, she has no choice. But yes,
Amy's not about forcing people, Moody. He's all for it.
Why am I getting drive-bys?
My thing this week is K-pop Demon Hunters. This is the brand new Korean animated film that's on Netflix. It's about a world-renowned K-pop girl group balancing their lives in the spotlight with their secret identities as demon hunters. I watched this film last night. I was literally messaging both Fitz and Amy in our Discord about it, just saying, like, the first, like, the opening in itself just sold me on the entire movie, and I absolutely fell in love with this movie. With how crazy the world has been, basically, since last weekend. Thank you very much, America, again. I've needed that escapism, and this just sucked me out of the entire world, and I was in this world watching it, eating popcorn, enjoying myself, and it was absolutely incredibly funny and fun to watch. And I think the music is absolutely amazing. I absolutely have been listening to the soundtrack pretty much all day at work, while still doing my work. Don't worry, people. I wasn't skiving or anything like that. Or if some of those bugs that went in this morning aren't actually bugs, I'm really sorry to that company, that team. But anyway, yeah, it's great music, great animation. The animation's just so shows so much expression on themselves. It's so funny, over the top. It's incredible. I really, really enjoyed it. The voice acting, I've seen it both in English and Korean, and the voice acting's absolutely just amazing on both versions. I'm going to check Japanese out soon. I've seen clips of Japanese, and it's just amazing. I love it. Yeah, the whole film, I'll say one thing, the film is nothing but full of cliches of stuff you've seen before, and everything. You kind of can pinpoint what the film is by pretty much halfway, not even by halfway through, I would say, through the film. But at the end of the day, when it's just so much fun, I just was just like, I can get past those flaws. Does it do certain things where it's kind of like we'll forget about you. You're not that important type of thing. And wrap certain things up in a little bow quite easily. Yeah, I don't care. I just loved it. It's fun. It's over the top. It's absolutely a banger of a film to go and check out. And I absolutely loved it. And I want more. I need more. Even though it's just come out, I need more of K-pop. Demon Hunters.
You also bopping the soundtrack this today as well. That's how much you're digging this. So
yeah.
Hell yeah. To your point about everything being terrible over in America, I do want to give a quick shout out to Zoran Mandani for becoming the new electorate to be the New York mayor, beating Cuomo. And yes, more power to you, brother.
More power to that man. Yes, fucking he's going off what everyone's saying. He's pretty much guaranteed to pretty much become the mayor of New York. And I'm just like, yes, do it, please. Please don't come out and say, please don't no one find something or have something in your past something like that. I can't have that right now. You've been nothing but amazing. Just be awesome and do your stuff. Yeah.
But yeah. Ames, what's your cool thing that you'd like to talk about this week?
I have two. The first one, I think someone probably already brought up in the past, but I only just watched it recently. It's the Superman trailer. I saw the Superman trailer.
Superman?
This week. And I liked it.
Oh, wow. Oh, yeah. Interesting.
I don't know why you're surprised. Like, I'm all about that DC. Like, Vitz is over here talking about fucking Iron Lung or whatever the fuck he was talking about. I don't know what was
Iron Lung.
Nailed it.
Get that Marvel shit away from me. I'm just kidding. But like, no, I've liked a lot of DC films. I like Birds of Prey and the Suicide Squad and the Batman. I'm just.
Oh, you enjoyed the Batman? No,
I like the Batman.
That's not a movie I can get on board with.
That's because, like, you guys like films and I like cinema.
Wow. You like 3 hours of them singing Ave Maria to you.
Yeah. Wait till you hear what my other cool thing in the week was this week.
I just want to state, I really enjoyed the Batman, so don't come at me, girlfriend. I'll bitch slap you back.
I'm joking.
The Suicide Squad. The Suicide Squad by James Gunn. Loved it. I think it's amazing.
I already know what your opinion is of Birds of Prey. And you know what?
I'm glad you really enjoyed it. I'm glad you really enjoyed it. It's just cool things
we like. We don't need to go over it.
Yeah,
exactly. So the Superman trailer got to you this week then?
Yeah, I've seen it for a while. I've seen it silently on a loop for like days. And I was like, okay, I'm gonna fucking watch this. Yeah, I'm gonna fuck it. I'm gonna fucking watch this trailer. And I watched the trailer and I was like, hell yeah. Like, I like Superman, like the Christopher Reeve films. Not so much, like, and I liked Henry Cavill as Superman, and I will leave it at that. So like,
what are your thoughts of Brandon Routh?
I really like Brandon.
Superman Returns.
I really like Brandon Routh.
I think he did a very good job as Christopher Reeve.
Yeah, and when he did it
that's what he was written to do.
When he did it for like 20 minutes in that big Arrow crossover, he was Superman again for a little bit. He was really good. But yeah, no, the Superman trailer. Looking forward to seeing the film.
I'm stoked that you're stoked for Superman, and yeah, for as much as I love all things Marvel, I always have a special place in my heart for old soups and how they are the embodiment of hope, and it's what the world needs now. And hopefully, this film nails it, because for me, I don't think we've had a great Superman movie in a good long while, and it's time that we have one.
I just wish James Gunn would shut up. He just needs to shut up. Just let his art or work speak for itself. Just stop talking. I know you're the head of the studio, or blah blah blah, or this verse and everything, but just shut up now.
Man, that's my one worry. Like with it, it's just like it's the beginning of another huge cinematic universe thing.
I can tell you how it is.
Just make a good film. Do you know how the Marvel Cinematic Universe started before it collapsed into the multiverse of madness? They made a good film, and then they made another good film, and then they continued to just make good films, and then it all became this like interconnected web of.
Then it became messy.
Then it became messy. It's like, just make a good Superman film. And you know what will happen? People will want to watch another one.
But yeah, we're not too far away now.
No, it's a couple of weeks.
July 11th,
Next
I
week?
want to say.
Got a week
Yeah,
after,
week after.
2 weeks? Yeah.
Yeah, and I know like Moody and I have spoken separately about the score that they used. Not only the reveal trailer when they had like kind of the electric guitar riff, which we disagreed about, but then when they adapted John Williams' iconic theme, it's some of the
was
best
good.
things I've ever heard. Yeah.
I really like it.
And yeah, I hope David Cornsweet does an amazing job. And yeah, hell yeah.
From the people who like I watch and everything, like who still do like movie podcasts and everything like that, who have sources and everything like that in like Warner Brothers, people have said like at least that Christopher Holt, who's playing Lex Luthor, is amazing. Which I'm like
Nicholas
over
Hoult,
the
yeah.
moon for. Yeah, Nicholas Holt. Yeah, sorry, Nicholas Holt, because I've been following him since, funnily enough, just like Jack O'Connor from Skins.
Nice, yeah.
I think
for a long time.
The earliest thing I remember seeing him in was
Was it About a Boy?
no.
Yeah, I was going to say it's
Very
gonna be
much
about a
Battle
boy.
I haven't seen About a Boy. It was probably X-Men. He was in X-Men, right?
He
Yeah,
was
he
in
was in
X-Men.
X-Men.
He was,
Oh, wow.
He was in the new lot, the Days of
Yeah,
Future
First
Past and all that
Class.
jazz.
First
Yeah.
Class, that was it. Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I really look forward to Superman.
Superman.
I didn't like normally when like I see a trailer for a film or something like that, I'm like, what's the scuttlebutt online? No.
You don't need to dip into that.
No, not
No,
with
stay
not
away from it.
not with
Stay
this.
away
It's
from
like, you know, like, oh, what are people saying about this like trailer? It's like with Superman, I was just like, no, I'm not gonna do it.
Yep, no problem.
Don't get sullied.
I'm not going on YouTube. I don't care.
If it hit you,
I-
if it hit your
I
fancy,
liked the
that's
trailer.
all that matters.
I don't need to know what 10,000 screaming, raving nut jobs online thought of it.
Man, babies.
But yeah, I'm as a Isabella Merced stan as well. I will support anything that they're in, and she's playing Hawkgirl in this, and I'm all there. I'm all there for her.
Looking forward to the super
She's
shenanigans.
quietly just popping up everywhere. It's insane.
She was Dora the Explorer.
Yeah. Apparently that's really good though, that film. I was like, wait,
Right,
what?
apparently
That's
we
really
gotta go
good.
back and check it, right?
Yeah.
Run it back.
And she was good in Alien Romulus last year as well. So
She was.
just
she's
small, it's a
brilliant as
very
Dina.
small part. It's a very simple part what she has, but she does what she can do, and she has an excellent scream on it. So can't help. You can't help that.
But I thought no one could hear you scream.
They weren't in space then,
Oh, okay.
if that helps.
Invalid film. I heard them scream. Well, actually, I think you'll find in the canon of the Alien series.
Oh, there'll be some smeghead out there that'll be like, on this part, this century, this book, at this chapter, they did this. I was like, go away.
Shut
And
the
that's where I pulled the
but
quote
I'm not
from
that much of a
for-
nerd.
grew up
That's
reading
where I pulled the
DC
quote from,
comics.
the question from for Pixel Pop Stars next time.
Amy, what is your second cool thing?
A film I watched called Presents, which was it's a thriller.
As in
It's
gifts or?
No, as in presents with a CE. Not
Oh,
a-
it was in the presents,
yeah,
right?
as in presents.
Right, okay.
It's not a horror film. It so much like it's just like a kind of like a family drama with some supernatural elements. Where it's a Steven Soderbergh film that came out
Ooh.
last year, and it's about this family that like moves into a house, and the house has a ghost. The whole film is from
Like a
the point.
Casper?
The whole film is from the point of view of the ghost. So the whole film is like filmed from the point of view of the ghost. Like so, like you're watching the ghost like moving through the house and watching like the people in the house. Which is turns out it's very so it's a lot of long shots, it's a lot of wide angles, it's a lot of like interesting sort of camera movements and a lot of interesting like cameras like just camera work in general. I think Steven
Like the
Soderbergh.
alien eyesight from Alien 3.
I don't know. I've purged that film from my head.
We'll have to watch that next week.
No,
Hey,
I gotta draw the line somewhere, and I'll draw the line at Alien fucking 3. But no, it's called Presents.
Fantastic. Avatar, the way of water it is. No, you said you could draw one line. You can only draw one line. That's
Yeah,
Alien 3.
I was trying to get to that. Yeah, Lucy Liu's in it. Chris Sullivan, Kaliana Liang, who's kind of the main character. I guess the camera is technically the main character because it's the ghost, and the ghost is a character in the film.
Mm-hmm.
It's very good, very good.
Hell yeah!
Glad you enjoyed. Fantastic.
Had a great time. Got a great
Soderbergh,
time.
when he hits, he hits.
I mean, it's a weird film. Like if you hear Soderbergh and you think of like Ocean's 11, Aaron Brockovich, this is like whatever the opposite of that is.
That's what this is.
This is like super experimental.
Like I think he's done a film this year with Michael Fassbender, Black Bag. I think I've heard good things about that as well. So
nice.
Yeah, Black Bag. There it is.
Forgot he did Magic Mike as well. This is the guy who did Magic Mike. How
That-
random is that?
That first
Ocean's
Magic Mike
11.
film, something special.
Yeah, no, he's been around. He did Solaris with George Clooney. But yeah, that was my other cool thing. Let's talk about video games. I didn't anticipate talking about Superman for so long.
We were so shocked you spoke about it.
Why? I don't know. I think people have some funny conceptions about me.
Funny, but also maybe correct at the same time.
Yeah.
You can't help it.
They nailed it.
Clearly not. You say one bad thing about one Marvel Cinematic Universe, and the next thing you know, everybody labels you
3 hours of
counterculture and a hipster.
No,
Maybe how about their video games?
Yeah, how about those video games?
Yes, let's not make the first half of this podcast deconstructing Amy's online persona. Let's just instead let's have much more fun talking about Moody's story of the week. Moody, you talk about it.
Yes, so even though with our cool things, we brought the hype with all those amazing things. So you should go and check out when you get a chance. Microsoft decided to be Microsoft again. And yeah, so Microsoft are reportedly, this is from Bloomberg, from the Jason Schreier guy, Microsoft are reportedly going to be laying off staff yet again with a substantial cut, should I say? Sorry, wrong word. Not sustainable. It's definitely not fucking sustainable.
I wish they were.
Yeah, I fucking wish they were as well. It's a substantial cut. I almost said sustainable again at Xbox. Microsoft report have gone through that. This is going to be the 4th round of major job cuts at Xbox in 18 months. Apparently, this is going to be. I've heard things of saying that it's going to be apparently like this. Salespeople and everything like that. Yeah. And I'm saying I don't really care. That's still terrible and whatnot. Who does that? After Microsoft have come out and made $88 billion last year, they still have to keep cutting, and especially like Xbox, because like it's come back and like the whole thing of like Phil Spencer's thing, what he was trying to do and everything is truly just come back and bit him in the ass in the part of this now, where he is now the bad guy. Collecting all those studio stones in your Thanos glove, Phil Spencer has literally you are doing the snap. Fuck me, I've just thought he's doing the snap to Xbox. He's snapping half the company away, just for that constant arrow to continue to go up and everything.
And have that infinite growth.
Yeah, the infinite growth. I don't agree with what I've seen online of saying like people saying this is probably still part of the things of like. They are of the merger of buying of Activision and Blizzard and everything like that. I don't care.
No, it's because they're losing. It's because Microsoft as a company is losing billions chasing AI.
Yes,
down a pit of infinite money loss.
Because they need the investor money, and the investors want to bet on AI because they think that's where they're going to make their biggest buck. Do you remember when they told the FTC they're not going to lay off anybody when they acquired Activision Blizzard King? And they stood up in front of the financial, what is it, FTC, so financial something conduct. And they said, no, honestly, Scout's honor, we're not going to lay a single person off. This will not result in any layoffs whatsoever. And this is, to Moody's point, the 4th round of major layoffs in the last 18 months. And
potentially, it hasn't been confirmed. They've said kept quiet.
It's at the time of recording, it's 4 days until the end of the quarter. Like, of course it's happening.
And the most recent quarter, they posted net incomes of $23 $5.8 billion. That's billion with a B, friends.
So like everything that that Microsoft has forced Xbox to do, basically change basically completely become a third party studio and everything, put the games on everything as much as they can. Basically, the only thing that hasn't really bit because they haven't had the hardware to be able to do it is obviously Nintendo. But with Nintendo Switch, the poise will start to change and everything. If Nintendo want to play ball, that's up to them. They're again saying record sales for all their games, which is fantastic because we want like pro games and everything like that. We want everyone to play games. Like the best-selling games are Microsoft games on the PlayStation, which is really funny, but at the same time, which is really great because we want to see that. It means nothing. It absolutely means nothing. But like I think Amy nailed it. It's because of the amount of money they're probably losing on this AI thing until that properly kicks off, if it even kicks off. And Microsoft are probably taking the bat for having to say, well, we're not going to sack these people off because we need these AI tech people to do their AI thing. So you lose, Xbox. And it's just it makes it even worse. And it's just like, you're a fucking $3 trillion company. $3 trillion. Trillion. And you don't give a fuck. This is what this is going to force me for more people out of the industry altogether that's already shrinking. Yes, I know that apparently the number's going to be mostly salespeople. I don't care. Like I've already stated, these people were working in sales in the games industry to help sell the game, to make it like to come up with marketing and everything like that. And you're getting rid of them. Why would they want to stay? Microsoft right now or Xbox are completely making the games industry so unfriendly that people will. Why would anybody of the younger generation would want to come and make a game or play it to try and get into the industry because they'll be afraid to even be like, can I even get a sustainable job? Which is what the mantra is from Phil Spencer. We want to be sustainable. Sacking thousands of people is not sustainable, Phil Spencer.
No, 1,000%. And we have Satya Nadella, the CEO of Microsoft, saying that there is no goal to have hand in AI, and yet to Amy's point, they keep plowing money into it because that's where the investor money is going at the moment, and they need the investors on board, never mind anything else. To your point of they can't seem to get a win because of the shadow of Microsoft. Not only are they laying off countless people, but we're still dealing with the ramifications of their involvement with their AI being used by the Israeli military to bomb the shit out of Palestine. And that has driven a lot of people from their core audience to say, you know what, Game Pass might be the best deal in gaming right now, but I can't. And whether they're finding solace of playing their games and doing the mental hurdles to play their games on PS5 or Nintendo or whatever it is, anecdotally, like I'm seeing people leave the platform, and with all their games going third party, so to PlayStation and Switch and wherever they'll turn up, there is zero incentive to have Xbox hardware that only plays Xbox titles, kind of thing. And whether the handheld will support multiple storefronts like Steam and Epic and whatnot, that might be all well and good, but the stigma for me is attached to the Xbox brand, and that water has been poisoned.
I mean, yeah, I agree with you there, Vitz. It's like when we were building that backlog last week, when me and Moody were building that backlog for me, like I was like, oh, I really want to check out South of Midnight. Oh, it's published by Xbox Game Studios. Delete. Like, nah, I'm good. Like I saw.
May I ask a quick question, if you don't mind?
Yeah, sure.
Do you still have the Game Pass, or did you get rid of that now?
God,
because I know you did.
I had it for a month.
Okay.
For whatever the hell I had it for, I don't even remember. Earlier this year. I'm gonna buy. My plan is to purchase to not purchase any more Xbox games, just off of Vitz's point. Apart from, I'm gonna get Sea of Thieves on Steam because I don't really want to keep booting it up on. I'm gonna play the games I already own, and I play Sea of Thieves with Ryan. It's the way I keep in touch with him. I'm gonna buy that on Steam when it goes on sale, just so I'm not booting up the Xbox app all the time.
Sure.
But no, it's future games, it's Xbox Game Studios stuff. It's just you know what, you're developing technology that blows children up, Like, and you know, this group is like, hey, support a boycott. I'm like, cool. And you know, everybody keeps saying like, oh, boycott won't work. And it's like, I saw a great post about boycotts where it's like the aim of like joining like a boycott for moral reasons isn't about how you can change the world. It's about not letting the world change you. And I was like, that's fucking beautiful. That's poetry, man. Like, that's exactly like how it feels for me. It's like I have principles. I'll stand by them.
Mm-hmm. It's your duty to stand by your principles, because if you don't have those, what have you got?
Yeah. And like other people don't do it and don't want to do it or can't do it, or like, you know, I know people who like work like playing games and reviewing games and stuff, and it's more complicated than that. But for me personally, I lose nothing by like not playing any of these games, so I'll do that. To the point about the layoffs, it's like you'd set your clock to Microsoft laying off thousands upon thousands of people. I mean, we're up to what? Almost 20,000 since January 2023.
For Microsoft alone.
Yeah, from Microsoft alone. I think since like the doom spiral started in the games industry, I think it's somewhere around 40k. People have been laid off, and like a percentage of them, like yourself, Moody, have found jobs again. Many others like have left the industry altogether, or haven't found jobs. And like you say, like you can't foster the next generation of talent within the industry. I mean, we've talked about this before, because as I'm saying it out loud, I'm like, I've definitely had this conversation with Moody before, where it's like you can't foster the next generation of talent if they can't get in. Like a new person like looking to get into the games industry probably can't get in because there's 40,000 people looking for a job.
And they're all highly skilled.
And they all have experience because they got fired from video game companies. And like, I know that's not the actual number, but that's the situation that faces people.
Mm-hmm. And what job security is there to be found right now?
There's none.
Exactly. And to your point of, say they're fresh out of college or whatever higher education or wherever they decided to dip from, full-time education, then that's what they're looking for. They're looking for a pseudo-stable paycheck in order to start building their lives from, kind of thing. And yes, while video games are a passion, and they should be, kind of thing, because at the end of the day, these are pieces of art. They're not products, but corporations like Microsoft are going to corporation, and they're going to treat these things like numbers on a spreadsheet, and that's what it is at the end of the day.
Yeah, sure. One thing that pisses me off, I saw
just one.
Only one.
In safe great moods.
One of the things that pisses me off is the tenor of like announcing this stuff. Like I know Microsoft hasn't announced this. I know this was Schreier talking on Bluesky, and then I think he later wrote an article of it's in this Rock Paper Shotgun article I've pulled it from, where it's like, oh, you know, it's just, don't worry, guys. It's the salespeople being affected. Or there was I saw earlier this week, or it might have been last week, that the developer of Mind's Eye, I can't remember the name of the company. They've been laying off, and like partway through their fucking layoff JPEG. There was a sentiment similar to, oh, but don't worry, this won't affect the development of the game. It's like, motherfucker, like, I don't give a fuck about the development of the game. Like, I've seen it. It's something that's in every single one of these like layoff announcements of like, oh, but the development of the thing won't be affected. It's like, one, we've talked about that one before, but two, shut the fuck up. I don't give a shit. Yeah. Like, if you lay off 1,000 people, like I'm not seeking like clarification but as long as the video game's all right, it'll be fine. Because like, no, fuck off, man. Yeah. And it's the same with this. Oh, it's salespeople being affected. I don't give a shit. Like, these people had a job and now they don't have a job, and that's stupid. Because Microsoft made
one exec has been laid off.
Yeah, Microsoft made like $20 fucking billion. You're telling me a company can make $25 billion in a 3-month period and be considered like doing badly enough to have to do mass layoffs, and I'm just supposed to be okay with it because it wasn't the game developers that got laid off. Fuck off. Yes, I did flip the camera off.
You know
Fuck
she's
outta
angry
here.
if she's flipping the camera off.
Fuck out of here, Microsoft. Fucking all of them. Fucking
Yeah,
wankers.
it's just it's the thing about like they've been throwing out game after game after game after game. Most of those have all been pretty much forgotten about. After Claire Obscure came out, every other game that they've released or
Wasn't that
helped
game.
release,
Yeah.
but they were part. Didn't
Yeah, they
part
marketed.
developers?
They marketed it.
Yeah. Oh, they marketed.
Yeah,
it.
they had a marketing deal, and they paid to put it on Game Pass. But I think that was the extent of it.
Which is fantastic for the company, for not Microsoft, for the company who
It's first
created
time for
that game.
Interactive. Yeah,
Because that's basically, I'm going to surmise, probably covered a lot of their production costs for it. But either way, all those games of what they've released have pretty much been completely forgotten about. You don't hear anything about Doom. I don't know if it's good. I haven't heard or anything like that. You don't hear anything about what was the South of Midnight. South of Midnight. You don't hear anything of that. You don't hear anything about any of their games right now. Which
the
is
only
just
time we
insane.
hear about it is when it releases on PS5. So as soon as Sacrifice and Hellblade 2 coming to PS5 and stuff like that.
I
And
saw that.
That's the only news beat. And like Indiana Jones, we'll hear about it when the DLC drops and stuff like that. But that's around about it.
I just think that just seems like not hearing about like you don't hear about most big game, most any games, but you don't really hear about most games nowadays. There's such a, and I'm not saying this is necessarily a brand new phenomenon. There's such a like, I don't know, impermanence to game like big game releases now, where it's like Claire Obscure and Mario Kart World have like stuck around. Like people continue to talk about them online. Like and for the most part, most of the other big releases that have just come and gone, and there's nothing really wrong with that. Like at the end of the day, it's about what does a game mean to the person who plays it, right? It's like, you know, it doesn't matter if people aren't talking about. I almost said Claire Obscure again. It's like, no, everybody's talking about Claire Obscure. It's like, it doesn't matter if people are talking about Indiana Jones beyond like that initial sort of like pop off. It's like, I'm sure it's sold well, and a lot of people, and I'm sure a lot of people love it. Like with Microsoft, like that, I don't think that's a unique problem to Microsoft. I don't even really necessarily think it's a massive problem so much. It's like it's hard. It's going to be hard to break through. You know, SEO has to post about fucking Fortnite or Dark Souls constantly to get all the hits, kind of thing, right? It's like, you know, everything's kind of flashing.
I partially do disagree on that, because I remember, even though I don't really remember many of the games now, just because it's been a few years ago, but I remember 2023 when it was literally for a lot of people game after game after game, which everyone was talking. Well, a lot of people of the industry was talking about. There was like a good 10 at least off the top of my head that everyone was talking about. Yeah, I know Baldur's Gate basically ran away with it.
You can fuck a bear.
That's all you needed.
It's all you needed in the game is fuck a bear. Yeah.
Well, that was the hook, right? Yeah, like that was the hook.
Yeah, that was the hook. It's all they needed for the trailer. You fuck a bear. But no, but and that I truly believe did probably help a lot of companies, small and large, to be able to keep up with their costs and everything like that. Now games are just games. I think if your game gets basically forgotten about really fast, which it has been, because all these games that I've just basically mentioned, they've all released in like last 2-3 months. They've basically all completely been forgotten about. And yeah, we don't know what the sales are like for them and everything. Obviously, they're on so many different devices, Game Pass, PlayStation 5 and everything like that. And what we know is, like what we've already stated, that they're selling well on PlayStation 5, which is obviously great and everything. But it might be also that I'm not in that verse as much as I used to be and everything, so I'm not hearing it as much, maybe, which I can understand and everything, which is an argument against me.
I mean, hey, look, like I'm living an algorithmic less life at this point, so I'm probably not the best person to be talking about this, but it's like,
I think both of us are.
I think it's like I'm doing my best to steer well clear of the algorithm. Like, thank you, Bluesky, for not having one. But it's like I think about like the big releases of 2025, like this year. It's obviously, you know, you've got Claire Obscure and you've got Mario Kart World, which I guess it's too early to say whether the conversation around that's going to stick. I'm just assuming it will because it's Mario Kart, but it's only been out a couple of weeks. But I think like Split Fiction came out, it popped, and then it disappeared from conversation. Like Blueprints, like has a bit of a tail, but that's just like people, like a couple of people find it every now and again, and I keep seeing it like pop on my thing. It's like Kingdom Come Deliverance 2.
Mouth for it though.
Oh, absolutely. But like Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 had that pop off moment, and now it's like people finish games, right? It's like I think we're conditioned to by like this era of like live service games to like, if we're not constantly talking about a game all the time, like that's bad. Whereas I don't necessarily think that that is bad. It's like it had its moment in the sun, and then people finished it, and now it's like moving on to the next new thing. Whereas like with like Destiny or Fortnite or something, there's always the next new thing is always within that game because it's constantly evolving. Or I might be wrong. Maybe there's a whole I think like Split Fiction conversation happening just off to the side that I haven't seen.
I think it's no doubt about. I think on the part of just like I hurt my I didn't hurt my argument. I don't
want to argue.
I think I'm just like I'll debate. I'll debate. My debate on the side of just like I'm not as close. I'm not in the argument as much as I used to be, and I don't think I am hearing as much as I am. I hear other things, obviously, still like Claire. Still going really strong, which is obviously fantastic. I'm over the moon for the company and the team and everything. Even though I returned my copy to Back to Boomerang this week.
You still have it?
Yeah, I still have it. Yeah. Either way.
I mean, there's still people discovering Baldur's Gate 3 like for the first time like now, and that's awesome.
Oh yeah,
like,
I can't wait to go back to BG3.
Like, once
since the last patch came out.
Once we can like break out of this like hype cycle where we have to play the new fresh thing to be a part of the conversation, like I think like we're all going to be better off for it.
Well, I think we've kind of already done that. We don't really jump.
Yeah, I think
the rest of the gaming industry is not going to.
Yeah,
that's never going to happen.
As long as you've got we're losing so many video game journalists that it might happen by default. Because we'll have nobody left to talk about video games.
Exactly. It'll just be people like recycling press releases to generate a news cycle, which isn't news.
Reading a press release.
It is news. It's not journalism. Yeah, that's what I meant to say. Yeah.
Well, I think journalism's been dead for a while. So
journalism and this is two different things.
I know what you mean. Yeah. But no. But I think also it's like on the argument of just like not the argument, like the people of like content creators and everything like that who have to keep up with it, don't they? So
not necessarily.
They would argue they say they would have to.
Well, that's because they're
idiots.
No, I was going to say that, but you know what? I'm going to say it.
I'll say it.
They are pursuing their career in a very specific way, and have built. Sometimes it works for them, and they've built their audience in a very specific way that they need to keep doing that. Like I know plenty of people who like I have friends who are like full-time streamers, like who don't do that. Like fucking my friend Luna was playing Fable 1 and Resident Evil Code Veronica last week. Those like the games that she plays. She plays two games like alternating days. It's like she's made a career out of not playing, not necessarily like I think she played Split Fiction earlier this year, but she's made a career out of playing whatever the fuck she wants.
Shout out to their latest Tifa cosplay that she did. The purple dress that she wore to the War Market.
Yeah.
Stunning.
Oh, she's good. She's good at cosplay. Like their cosplay stuff is fucking incredible. It's the second time she's done a Tifa cosplay. I think she did the non sports dress.
Right. Yeah.
One she did like just the normal Tifa costume, gloves and the shorts and the punching. I don't know if she punched anyone. I suppose if you're cosplaying as Tifa, you have to punch someone. What were we talking about?
You have to.
Tifa makes our brain go burr. We were talking about
Microsoft, right? Boo!
Microsoft, and the video game industry is cooked.
I mean, it's an artistic, creative industry being run by tech pros, shareholders, So I mean, like, there was inevitably going to be a clash between those two things. Like that was like it's always been there's always been a clash between those two things. Like there was an interview with someone, a Japanese developer. I can't remember which one. He was talking about how there's just no room in the AAA game space to make weird games anymore. It's like you think back to the Xbox 360 days. Like even like which you know, like relatively isn't that long ago. It's like you would still get weird swings from big developers, like relatively big developers, right? Like, you know, you get your annual FIFA games or whatever, but you'd also get Dead Space, which was at the time a bit of a swing. Or like
EA
to go even weirder,
was
like you would get like all of the Suda 51 games, like Shadows of the Damned, or like you would get Deadly Premonition, right? You don't even really get that kind of swing anymore from on that same level.
Absolutely. EA was first and foremost in saying, look, FIFA and Battlefield and Battlefront, they pay enough so we can try and experiment with smaller games. We can have your Unravels and we can pay, Joseph Ferris to do things like, It Takes Two and A Way Out and I believe Split Fiction's not an EA joint, but to kind of to fund those smaller, more experimental games. And like especially during the PS2 era, we got so many.
I mean, going
just
back,
swings for the fences.
Split Fiction is
we have
published by EA.
Oh, it is. Okay, fine. And there's been a loss there. And to your point, it costs a lot to make a video game these days. I think regardless of whether it's indie or not, just in terms of the investment required, and there are no investors no more because the waters are cooled.
Matured, like eventually, like it's gonna sell. Like video games aren't going away, even if the investors have disappeared. Like there's still money to be made. There's just not all of the money in the world to be made. Hopefully that will eventually turn out to be a good thing. For creativity, like we will see what happens, I guess. But it's just we're just in a period of time right now. Everything's fucked in the video game industry, and it's just like we're sitting here like it's one of those things where it's like you look back on like historical events in the video game industry, and you can look back on it with a certain like degree of like understanding, like learning what happened and how it affected things. Where it's like when you're in the middle of it, you just got to kind of grab both sides of the desk and hold the fuck on.
Grip, white knuckle it.
It's like you just got to white knuckle this shit and just do your best. Especially when you run a podcast like this, where it's like I don't know what the fuck we're talking about half the time, and like. You know, we're standing on like shifting sands, and we thought the shifting sands were just like a bit of a rough ride, but it turns out there's a dune worm down there somewhere. You know, like
exactly. And as we know, our fellow 80s babies, the quicksand is one of the most terrifying things you could come across in the 80s. There was that, there was lasers, and possibly snakes.
Oh, there was lots of snakes. Yeah. But I mean, like the easiest thing, like. The easiest way out of this would be like to slash budgets rather than slashing people. Keep people. Stop. Like the problem is like I mean there's fucking millions of problems. The problem is we have executives earning tens of millions of dollars that could go towards paying developers.
Yes.
You know, do we really need like all of the executives who don't actually make any games involved in video games? Probably not. We got stuck in a graphical arms race, which is just costing more and more money because it's making games like bigger games take like 5, 6, 7, 8, 10 years to develop, which is too long. Like, you know, we all knew Dragon Age: The Veil Guard was going to fail to meet sales expectations just because of how long it had been in development, which meant like it cost more money than it was ever going to make back. In its launch period, like we've covered so many different like aspects and avenues of like what's going wrong and why we're all fucking screwed. It's also hard to have a conversation about it because every time I open my mouth to talk about one of these stories, I'm like, it's like, actually I should use a more contemporary movie reference. Do you know in like Avengers when Doctor Strange is like looking through all of the timelines? It's like that. Where it's like every time I say something, I'm saying something that there's an echo of the past where it's like I've already said this. And it's like it's hard to be coherent in the face of mass destruction and devastation. And I'm just talking about video games.
Of course. We're not scared of an orange man at all.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I hate this. I don't like it at all. The Microsoft has been one of the biggest contributors to hurting the industry in the last 18 months to 2 years. And we know this is going to come around again in the next quarterly thing, and the quarterly thing after that probably. And then the yearly quarterly thing. The April.
Annual?
Annual one, that's it. My brain wouldn't say the words. Thank you very much. Thank you very much, sir. Yeah, I hope everyone, if this does actually happen, which probably it is, we all know it is going to happen. I hope everyone lands on their feet as quickly as possible. But I completely understand if you're just like, fuck this industry, I'm getting out of it, and I'm going to find a more sustainable job for me and my family and everything, which is nothing but more important than anything. That is that is the most important thing for you, and everything. And I hope you land on your feet as fast as possible. And yeah, I think that's it. I can't go anymore.
What else is
like
there?
we know we're going to be talking about this
in
3
months' time.
Yeah,
we'll be right back here.
That's the thing about it. Like,
survive till 25. Yeah, all right.
Yeah, remember when they were saying that? Yeah, GDC.
I try not like, and this is gonna sound counterproductive as somebody who is a co-host on a video game podcast that talks about video game industry stuff, but I try not to open my mouth a lot when people say stuff like that, because I tend to just like come off as cynical. Because like survive till 25
right so many times.
Yeah, survive till 25. My whole thing with that was, what's going to happen in 2025 that's any different than 2024? Well, the Nintendo Switch 2 is coming out. That's really good for Nintendo.
Yeah.
But I don't think it's going to be great for anybody else.
And people have waxed lyrical about, GTA 6 is going to save the industry. You know, it's also going to save the clock tower from Back to the Future somehow. But no, it's not. It's going to be great for Rockstar. I always throw a reference in there just to get
that is if people believe that, they deserve to be slapped really hard, really hard, and you deserve it.
It feels like old way thinking. Every time a game came out as meteoric as Grand Theft Auto 6, there would be a surge of investment into the games industry.
Yeah,
because all of a sudden unimaginable numbers are happening. And it's like, if we find the next GTA 6, like we could invest in the next GTA 6 and make unimaginable numbers. And number one, investors never find these things. No. Like, they can't. They're incapable of doing it, because while you're trying to find the next GTA 6, as in the next actual, like, fucking clone of GTA 6, some developer out there is making the next thing that's going to have the big impact of GTA 6, which is nothing like GTA 6, because people who have GTA 6 already have GTA 6. But I've totally lost the train of what I was saying, because I said GTA 6 about 100 times in that sentence, and I'm thinking if I just keep talking, it's gonna come back to me. But I feel like all I'm doing is I'm getting further and further away from the point I was trying to make, which is that the rules are different now, because the industry is not experiencing explosive growth. Like, the investment, I don't believe, and I'm not a video game analyst, I don't analyze the video game as a market. I'm not Matt Piscatella or anybody else like that, although I've seen some video game analysts say some things. But like, I don't believe the investment is going to come back in as big as people seem to think it is, just because GTA 6 is going to come out in whenever it is, May or whatever.
Yeah, it's stolen all the oxygen, and if anything, it's going to be detrimental to every other game out there. Because video game players as a whole, we have a finite amount of money, and we can
And
only
time.
spend whatever GTA 6 is going to cost. And it, and obviously this is assuming that everybody's going to buy GTA 6. I know, there's some people who, that's not their bag, and that's completely
I feel like
okay.
if you pulled this podcast only, I think GTA 6 would be forecasted to be one of the worst selling games of 2026.
Yeah, to my point, it's like we've got a finite amount of money, and say, for example, Take-Two decide, you know what, GTA 6 $100 because fuck it, we can,
Which they can,
and exactly, and they can get away with it too, and
that's what makes it worse, though. Sorry for putting in there. That's what makes it completely worse, because
it's disgusting.
if it does, if that does actually happen, which I do believe will happen, more companies are going to go for that number.
Oh yeah,
which is just going to make it worse. Yeah, it's going to open the floodgates. FIFA, $100.
Microsoft,
all the other ones, Microsoft
straight in there. They've already jumped in on 80. So they won't hesitate.
Yeah,
like and then that will make things a whole hell of a lot worse.
Because we spoke about when the Switch 2 came out, we have been priced out of video games. And that's it now. Never mind, 18 months down the road when everybody's like, oh yeah, $100 is fine for a standard edition of a game. Then you can spend $150 for a special edition and all the rest of it. We are being priced out of video games, and for sure there'll always be people who are willing to pay these prices because they don't have the same economic forces pulling on them to cover a mortgage, pay for rent, whatever it is, kind of thing. But for the large majority of us, and for the people who are only casually involved in video games, they're going to say, well, no, I don't need this. I've got other passions in my life that I can explore and that kind of thing. And so it will be for the ruination of the video game industry.
Do you know how many if you look at and I'm not a pounds per hour person. If I was, video games would obviously win. I don't quantify my entertainment in these ways, but do you know how many theater tickets, $80, £70, whatever the fuck, £80 is? Do you know how many movie tickets that is? Do you know how many books that is? If I was to quantify it in every other hobby that I have, video games comes out worse every single time.
Yeah.
I do it because I pay it because I love video games, and you're asking too much. You're asking $80 for the Outer Worlds 2, and as one of only the 7 surviving defenders of the original Outer Worlds, because for some reason everybody decided they hated it all of a sudden. Bro, forget the boycott for a second. Even if I was gonna buy it, I wouldn't pay $80 for it. Fucking Jesus!
The first title was a budget release, if I'm correct.
Remember.
Well, it was $50 when the going rate was 60 or something like that.
It was in Game Pass.
Oh, okay, so. Right. Yeah. So, but yeah.
Yeah, I think what you're saying is completely spot on. Right now, the thing is about it, $80 completely, terrible thing to do. You're an idiot if you do that, companies and everything like that. And I don't care what your prices are for how much you spent on the game and whatnot. You have failed if your expenditures have gone that far. But people, the movie industry's basically, the cinema industry's basically dying. Barely anybody goes to the cinema, and it's cheaper than a video game. You can go to the cinema for a tenner. £10-15 here, depending on the cinema you go to, but you can compared to 50, 60, 70, 80 pounds that you can see a film, depending on the film in the cinema, you can see 10 films out of that.
So my
depending on the cinema,
local cinema is a View.
So it's
£5. So it's £5 per ticket, and it's not actually. It's never that empty. But yeah, all tickets are £5. It's I could go and see
Superman.
It's a
16 films. 16 films for the price of Outer Worlds. I could see Superman every day for 2.5 weeks.
Exactly. But yeah, obviously time will tell with all these things in terms of how it will shake out, and ultimately the market will decide, because while everybody can sadly be flexible on their morals and whether choosing to spend their money, but but I really like this game and it doesn't matter that it's been made by terrible people or anything like that, they'll still buy it, kind of thing. Price is the one aspect where people are least elastic on it.
Once that bank account's empty, that bank account's empty.
Exactly. That's it.
That is, you are not wrong there, Vitz.
Yeah, and that'll be the one thing to say. Because none of us has got a Switch 2 because it was too damn expensive for our blood. Never mind. This is outside of the conversation about the quality of the games or anything like that. There'll be a limit for the majority of people where they say, you know what, you are taking the piss.
I'm not spending £500 just to make Scarlet and Violet playable for me. Right.
Yeah, so your eyeballs don't fall out of the frame rate.
At this moment in time.
Only cowards need a Switch 2 to play Scarlet and Violet.
I'm a coward. I'm a fucking coward. I admit it. I can't play. Yeah, I am. I admit that.
That's fair. I bought a Wii U for a quarter of the price. Plays Wii
because you stole it from Fairworld.
Plays Wii games as well. Like, how is it stealing if I paid for it? This bit this bit was already getting out of hand, and now it's just not making any sense.
Did you pay minted currency, or did you pay by saying, I paid my presence being here, the delight of Amy being in your house, leaving your things?
How much of an ego do you think I have?
Pretty big.
Pretty big. Jesus Christ. I think I need to take an extended vacation.
So, to end it all off, Microsoft, boo.
Yeah.
Boo you.
You know what? Put all your games to $100. I dare you. Let's see what happens.
Yeah. See if I can.
Some games can get away with it. Like GTA 6 will be absolutely fine. We know it will be. But if soon, I won't lie, I'm waiting to see what Sony does because I haven't seen them go that yet.
Because
they'll do
special
editions. Oh, that's true.
It's a joke, but it's also not. Yeah.
Yeah, and they got Yotai coming out in about 4
October
months?
2nd. Yeah.
Yeah. So
what were they going to do?
I'd be very interested to see what the price is for that. If they're smart,
£70. It's £70.
They'll go.
Cost of Yotai, £70. Yeah.
Oh, so they got a price, is it?
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
But they did say that all games from holiday onwards would step up to £80.
Lol.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Sorry, did I say that out loud? Let me say it louder. Lol.
Exactly.
No,
so
it's not like at this point it's not like my hey, why don't everybody do it? Everybody raise your prices to $100. Isn't like see if I care. It's like let's play a game of chicken. Like us versus the video game industry.
When you end up sending 2 copies,
let's see what happens.
See what happens.
Like,
we spoke about it. We spoke about it a couple of weeks ago. Sorry, Moody. Then I'll let you go. We spoke about this a couple of months ago at this point, but the highest rated reviewed games of this year have all been quote unquote budget release titles. So games which haven't shipped at full price at launch. And I think that's telling.
You would fucking hope so. Yeah, Claire, what's Death Stranding 2?
90.
No, so to be fair, I'm not sure the review scores for DS2, but Blueprints,
stop
Claire,
calling it DS2.
Obscure.
I need everybody on social media to stop calling it Dark Souls 2. Because that's all I see. DS2. It's like, bro, that's Dark Souls 2. Stop.
Is it the Dark Souls of Death Stranding?
I will come down there this week and I will beat you with this laptop if you say that again.
Just gonna say you're going the wrong direction if you come down there.
You know what I meant.
You got
But no, yeah, what you're saying is completely spot on. Like Claire, £50, Split Fiction, what was 30, I think. Either way, very cheap, which is fantastic.
Split Fiction was 30, and then Blueprints was what 24.
Something like that.
So take Death Stranding 2 out of it right now. I'm only on OpenCritic, that's what I'm on right now. I'm going off their Hall of Fame right now. I think the most expensive one is probably Monster Hunter Wilds, which was 70, I believe. And then I think it's probably Kingdom Come Deliverance. I think that was still under 60. I think it's like or 50. I
think it was 50. Yeah.
Price and whatnot doesn't obviously donate 30, 40. Why did I say 30? 39.99. But it might be on
for
sale.
Kingdom Come Deliverance?
There's a Steam sale happening right now. 49.99.
Yeah. So 50 quid. So even then, yeah, that's like, yeah, that is the hope. Like I said, like what you've already said to me. Let's play a game of chicken AAA, because let's just be frank. It's the AAA industry. It's not the AA industry right now. They're basically just like, why the fuck are you doing this right now? Especially indie developers. It's like, stop it, you fucking idiots, type of thing.
I'm standing in front of the car.
For all of us.
Like, I'm standing in front of the car labeled games industry price rises, and I'm like, come on then, let's go right now. The headlights are on. Like, I'm just
Maybe he's a joker. Come on, I want you to be. I want you
to hit me.
I want you
see
to
what happens.
Come on, hit me.
Exactly.
I used to do
Be
that.
the scaredy Batman at the end.
I used to do that in Halo 3 all the time because I figured out the timing where it's like if you lock your armor just at the right time as the warthog's about to run you over, you hit the warthog and it explodes. So I used to do that.
So you can do that, but you can't parry in video games.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I played 2,000 hours of Halo 3.
First-person shooters are different than turn-based games, Vitz.
Apparently so.
And I didn't say I was 100% successful.
Yeah, that's true.
This is the lady who literally decided to just wipe out an entire team with punches on Apex Legends. So.
Oh, is there a reason they call me Fist of Fury?
Set the popcorn.
Should we do a little halftime break?
Yeah.
Let's go do a little halftime break. We'll see you in a minute.
Peace. What's good, everyone? I'm Vitz Patel. Guys, gals, and non-binary pals, let's go.
It's time for Vitz or Pop Stars. The video game and pop culture game show. Life is a platformers beyond. Enter your state of flow.
Catch Season 2 of Pixel Pop Stars on Twitch and YouTube at Vitz Patel.
And we are back.
What's good, everyone?
How's everyone doing?
Let's do this!
Just reliving the glory days.
Of Microsoft sacking many people. I mean, our glory days in COVID. I mean,
Oh no, there are no more glory days. It's all downhill from here.
It's all downhill.
But while we circle the drain towards the apocalypse, how about an indie game of the week? This is the thing we do every week where we talk about a cool-looking, upcoming indie game that we think looks cool and we wanted to show you because we think you deserve good things in your life. And indie games are one of those good things. If you like indie games, if you scroll down to wherever you're choosing to listen to and or watch this podcast, we have a link to a Steam curator page with all of our previous indie games of the week. And I don't know if you've heard, but there is a Steam sale on right now. So that's well over 100 games. Probably all of them have been discounted, the ones that have been released. Not all of them are out yet. But the ones that are, they'll have some kind of money off. It's that most wonderful time of the year. Vitz has got to buy Alien
Santa
Isolation.
Claus is coming to town.
Vitz is going to buy Alien Isolation as a professional obligation. It's great. Everybody's having a great time.
Yeah, justgivein.com/WAG 2025.
And he said you can't force them to play something.
I mean, I could
For
charity.
Yeah, so what? Did we have to get some loopholes into this? Yeah, well, yeah, we got it.
Got him.
Did he take it further with a heart monitor? Yes, that's on him.
But we roll back the heart monitor stuff now. We're just going to see live heart attack on Twitch. That's what
I don't think we're going to need a heart rate monitor.
Yeah, that's
I think
true.
we're going to know.
I'll just be screaming, cursing your names. But Ames, what's indie game of the week this week?
Indie game of the week this week is a game called Relooted. Here's some of the Steam store description. A crew, a job, a plan. Toss those ingredients together and you've got yourself a classic heist, but with a few twists. Your crew members are everyday citizens with pretty normal careers from different countries in Africa. The job is to liberate African artifacts from Western museums. And the plan? Well, that's up to you to create. This game's key features include pulling off heists. Plan and prepare your escape route by solving puzzles and placing teammates in the right place. When you're ready, take the artifact and escape with Nomali's flow-based parkour abilities. Recruit a crew. Meet and gradually recruit different team members with their unique abilities. Explore an African futurist setting. With a hideout based in South Africa, you'll see parts of Johannesburg imagined in the future. And reclaim real artifacts. Recover 70 artifacts that exist in real life, all of which are of huge cultural, historical, and spiritual significance to the people they were taken from and displayed in museums. I added that last part.
Take it to the colonizers. Let's go. Adding it to my wish list.
Oh yeah, the premise of this game is next level. I love it.
Uh-huh.
Like, fucking, we stole all your shit. Let's steal it back. And honestly, like, if this game was real life, I'd be one of the recruitable NPCs. I'd be like, yeah, I'll help. Let's go.
I stood outside the British Museum and said that you've stolen everything in there. Everything in that place is stolen.
I went to Edinburgh. I mean, I've been to Edinburgh a lot because it's a really nice city and I like it a lot. But I went to Edinburgh once with a partner, who's my ex-partner now. And we went up the hill to the castle. Edinburgh Castle. In the castle, they've got the crown jewels, and like it's incredible how much security those crown jewels are in. Like it's like you get to see them like through the bars, behind the glass case, in the thing, and like my partner wasn't particularly impressed because she just wanted to see all the nice things, and I was complaining about colonialism.
Oh yeah, I mean I forget what the stone is, but the biggest diamond that is on the crown is from South Africa.
Yeah, like I'm not like super up on like where all of the stuff came from. So my whole like,
but it wasn't from England, is what I'm saying.
As we were looking at the crown jewels, my question, like she was like, "Ooh, doesn't that look nice?" Whereas I was standing next to her, going, "I wonder how many countries these all came from. Like, where did we steal all this stuff from?"
It's not the United Colors of Benetton, it's the United Colors of stolen shit.
Yeah.
That's what it should be.
But Relooted, it looks like a sick game. Can't wait for it to come out. That's your indie game of the week for this week. There's a link to it in the description. Click that link, hit that wishlist button, watch that trailer, look at those screenshots, read that Steam description. Indie games, man.
Yeah. Steam is saying it's akin to Viewfinder, which I loved last year.
Really?
So, yeah, looking like it's going to be similar vibes.
Do I have a camera? Can I do the viewfinder thing? I love that game.
Yeah.
It was a good game.
It was.
All three of us liked it.
That cat was very strange.
Cat was very strange. It was a very strange game. The trailer's quite mesmerizing.
It was very good. Mechanics are really good. Like how they did it, like to make you be able to like put the pictures together and use them to create a world for you to get to traverse across.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm looking at the. Ooh, it's
No,
like,
you're
it's
fine.
like the Ant Colony base building, like XCOM. Hey, this game's like XCOM,
Wow.
except instead of aliens, you've got colonizers.
The true enemy.
The true enemy of our times. I mean, hey,
Uh-huh.
I'm not wrong. But yeah, that was Indie Game of the Week. If you like indie games, support indie games, wishlist indie games. It helps out a lot for those algorithms that I was just.
You know what, people? Indie games are cool.
They
When
are.
you're cool, it's all you need.
Yeah. You want to be cool? Cool like us? Like, you support indie games. Fuck those $80 games we were just talking about. You know how many indie games you could buy for $80?
A lot of games.
Fucking a lot more than one.
Especially because a lot of them are on sale right now.
they're all-
You get a lot.
you can get a lot of them right now. They're all on sale. I'm waiting to see how many games Moody buys because I know what is in his basket. But yeah, that's going to do it for Indie Game of the Week this week.
Hell yeah.
Amy, stop spying on me, will you?
I'm not spy. You told me. You gave me a list. I didn't even ask. You just told me.
I did. I share too much to you.
We're just close. We have a close relationship.
That's true.
You force me to watch films, and I spy on your gaming.
Yeah, Avatar, Way of Water.
I'm not
At
watching
long
Avatar.
last. We're going back to Pandora.
I'll stab my eyes out with a fork before I watch that film. I was gonna be nice about it, but then I thought, no, I just gotta go all the way to the extreme to get my point across.
I will stab my eyes out.
There was like two paths in front of me, and one path was, no, I'd rather not watch Avatar, Moody, and the other path was, I will blind myself. Violently.
He was just rummaging through his medicine cabinet. Which one's the acid?
But yeah, so Vitz, you've got something a bit different to talk about this week.
Yeah, so given the kind of tone of the podcast and how the first half went did us know, we thought we'd try and bring it back up a little bit. Try being the optimum word. So I wanted to talk today about the wonderful Ashley Burch. And friends, you may know her as Aloy from Horizon, Chloe Price from Life is Strange, Tiny Tina in Borderlands, Mel in The Last of Us Part 2, and obviously they've done work with Mythic Quest, and they've been a character on within Critical Role and all the rest of it. But I want to talk today about their newest venture, which is I'm Happy You're Here. This is a YouTube series that's kind of starred like Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood for those of our friends who are in America who are aware of that. You remember, it's a beautiful day in the neighborhood, a wonderful day for neighbors. Yeah. Would you be mine? And it's all about the many mental hurdles that adults face today. And like any good millennial, Ashley Burch has them too. And this series talks about them in a fun and engaging way. And being an Ashley Burch joint, it's full of creativity and it's also full of puppets. It's wonderful. And the first episode dropped, I want to say last week, but I only got a chance to catch up with it now. And it's all about anxiety. And they themselves spoke about their anxiety disorder that they have, coupled with OCD and obsessive compulsory disorder for those who don't know what those are. And yeah, she was talking about how it manifests for her and how that might manifest for you, and the signs to look out for and what you can do about it, kind of thing. And it was really refreshing to receive that kind of advice in that medium. Now, I appreciate that many people are riddled with anxiety and whatnot, and they often struggle to pass where it's coming from. What does it mean, and how can I deal with it, kind of thing. And to receive advice on that in this tone, in this manner, was really engaging for me, and I hope that you would find value in it too. And it's mostly around about identifying the source of where this anxiety came from. So whether it is challenging relationships during childhood, because that's where the brain is forming, and there's certain parts of your brain which kind of associate the flight or fight mechanism in your brain, and it kind of, that is what triggers your anxiety, and your brain is effectively trying to keep you safe, even though the situations it believes are dangerous are not dangerous at all, kind of thing. Now, this is oversimplifying it by a long way, but it's also teaching you to be kind to yourself first, and essentially dealing with your brain like it's a frightened child, because that's how it's treating you. And you have to be the adult in that relationship, because your brain, for want of a better word, is still a frightened child, kind of thing. And there's no point being scary towards it or mean towards it or anything like that, because that's what got you into this state in the first place. And I just thought it was a beautiful way of going about it, and I highly recommend everybody check this out. So that's I'm Happy You're Here. You'll find it over on YouTube, and Ashley Burch sat down with the fine folks over at Eurogamer this week, and they have a huge long interview with them, talking about their various different conditions and how they were talking about how some people are getting diagnosed with ADHD later on in their lives, and it's not just a condition which is it's not just a condition which is kind of diagnosed during people's adolescence and through their teenage years and what have you, and it's kind of we still need to learn the tools of how to kind of manage those situations. And so I just wanted to take a moment to highlight the fantastic work Ashley Burch is doing, talking about mental health. Obviously, we're the Words About Games podcast. We are doing work with Safe in Our World for this year, who are raising and we're raising money for them, who work with people who the few remaining people that work in the video game industry to help them with their mental health.
Yeah, I think there's like 20 of them or something.
Exactly. By the gods, they need it right now. And so anything we can do to uplift ventures like this, which discuss mental health in a new and an engaging way. And I definitely learned something from it. And, we're all various different states of broken. And with more projects like this, I felt a little less broken coming out of it, and I hope you do too.
I haven't watched it yet, but I plan to. It got shared. Weirdly, I found out about this because of Dropout. It got shared a lot by like Dropout fans. I guess there's probably a lot of crossover in terms of like the vibes of that and the vibes of Dropout. It's funny when you were talking there about like trying to identify where the anxiety came from. I was like, did anyone else see that meme that was going around Bluesky this past week, where it was like the Tumblr post and it was like, "Boss, the fascism." It's like, yeah, that just went straight to that. I was like, yeah. But sorry, it's a tangent.
No. And the Eurogamer piece ends with Ashley Burch dropping a beautiful quote from Mr. Rogers, as mentioned before, and they say, "If it's mentionable, it's manageable." And I think the more that we just talk about these things, then it can kind of pass it down and make it into something that we can learn to live with on a day-to-day basis. And all of us here on the Words About Games podcast are huge advocates for mental health, and we hope that you are taking the steps to look after yours. Many of us go to a gym to look after our physical health, but we should also do the same to look after our mental health as well. And it's preventative maintenance at the end of the day, just to check in whether you have the means to speak to your therapist or to your friends about what's going on with you and how you're feeling and whatnot. And it's important to take care of yourselves, especially in these unprecedented times. And I wish I wasn't living in unprecedented times anymore.
Well,
sadly,
I've been living in unprecedented times for about 17 years at this point.
Yeah, exactly. And so we need to do what we can to look after each other and be kind to ourselves, and just kind of have that mind space and that perspective to say, okay, this is the way that I'm feeling at the moment. It's not because I'm not deserving of being happy or being healthy or anything. There are some external factors which have influenced the way I'm feeling at the moment, but these are some of the tools I can use to help myself be okay with that, because we all need to find a way to mull through this strange world of ours.
There's no doubt about this. There's very Mr. Rogers influence. You can see it just from like how the YouTube is set up. I've got it up here on my side. It looks really kind of, and I've got the video saved to watch after this and everything. And everything I see from the Ashley Burch, is it?
Ashley Burch, yeah.
Ashley Burch, yeah. I didn't know if I thought I was going to say the wrong name there. That's how bad my memory is. Laura Bailey. Oh no, wrong one. No. Ashley Burch. Everything you see, what I've seen from her, she just comes across as nothing but one of those genuine people who just wants to help in any way she can and everything, and she calls out shit when she see her. Like I've seen it, like seen other videos from her as well, where she's been calling out like AI and everything, and like the stuff like when they've over sexualized her Aloy character and everything, and she's just like in the nicest, in the most funniest way, she's just basically saying "fuck off," but in the very Ashley Burch way. Sorry. Sorry.
But yeah, this to that point, and the way that Ashley goes about her content, this video series will be extremely funny if the first episode is then to go by. And yeah, while there's puppets, she's effing and jeffing and swearing all over the shop. The first video opens with her waking up after a night out, and she slept with a puppet, and she deals with that too. And yeah, it's brilliant.
She's cool.
There's no doubt. Go on, Amy. Go on.
No, I just said she's cool. Please continue.
No, she's very cool. There's no doubt. I think there has to be a wider conversation throughout just the industry in general, not even the world really, of just like what you said, Vitz, like what she has said in the video, which you've said, of how many people are getting diagnosed with like ADHD or autism or anxiety and everything like that, who are from our generation and everything like that and everything. And it's just like, what the fuck's going on? What the fuck happened? Like seriously, and it's just getting worse with the future generations and everything, what's going on and whatnot. And
I have a theory. Amy, you go.
I don't think it's. I mean, apart from boss, it's the fascism. I don't think. I don't think like more people are like being diagnosed with autism. Like it's not like there's like an uptick in the amount of people that have ADHD and autism. It's the left-handed thing, right? It's like there weren't many left-handed people, and then all of a sudden there were loads, and it's because like we stopped, like as a society, as soon as we stopped stigmatizing left-handedness, like all of a sudden people who are like learning to like write with their like right hand could just be left-handed. So that's why the graph goes up and down. I think it's similar to this. It's like when I was in school, obviously with undiagnosed ADHD, it's like no one in my life at that point, like teachers and all of the adults, were like, she might have a mental illness. It's she's a problem child.
Yes.
but no, yeah, that's the thing about it though. Like just how bad like when I got diagnosed, what was it, late last year? Just like talking to them and talking to the therapists and everything about it was just like going back through my life to what I could remember and everything, because a lot of it I have kind of blocked off and just forgotten about that because I don't want to really relive a lot of it and everything. But there are some that like really, really stick with me still to this day and everything. And like a lot of it's like through like looking back on when I've like going through all the things like they asked me questions about, I was thinking have this and that. I was just like, yeah, that was me all the time when I was a child. That was in my primary school. That was me in my secondary school, teenage years.
That was me 10 minutes ago.
That was literally me just round the corner, and everything. But like, but you're taught of it. Like what Amos said, you're a problem child. You're the problem, and everything. It's like, and it's just how I don't know how to really communicate this in my head properly. It's just how crap was our mental health systems 20 years ago, 30 years ago. Like, I'm coming up to my freaking I'm in my late 30s now, for God's sakes, and I'm
hanging on to that until the last possible second.
Exactly. This is it.
I'm in my 30s still.
Yeah, I've still got 2 more years.
To your point in the theory I was alluding to, I'm not sure that well, I could be wrong, but I'm not sure that mental health has been or is getting worse. To Amy's what Amy was alluding to earlier is I think people are more aware of it, so then they're finding more cases of it in terms of our parents' generation and the generation before them. Obviously they lived through world wars and stuff like that, and that's going to mess up anybody. But like, we grew up in societies where there was no such thing as mental health. It's like if you're feeling sad, you gargle salt water and then you get on with your day, kind of thing, and that could cure anything. And a bit of turmeric in your food will brighten you right up, and
Let
you
me
can
fetch
get
the
on with
iodine.
exactly.
Hey, have this whiskey.
Exactly, this is it, right? So like, things were just swept under the rug because there just wasn't the understanding that the trauma that people went through in their younger lives or even in their adult lives, kind of thing, can have long-lasting ramifications for you. And to Amy's point and what you were saying, Moody, kind of thing, that there's just more an acceptance of it these days, and we are, for the most part, better equipped to kind of identify that and to deal with these things. But there are so many people who have undiagnosed ADHD, and it's cool for me to suggest that because I could be wrong, and that just might be, the way they are. And but it's still on them to kind of seek it out for themselves. And I think more programs like this, which makes them think about, oh, could I have X, Y, and Z, or could I be on the spectrum, or whatever it is, that can only help them to understand themselves and then help them fit better into society. It's not saying society is right and society needs to change, because it does, but for it's giving them the tools to be able to adapt to their environment, for a better word.
Not necessarily to adapt to your environment, just to like manage the symptoms of your mental illness. Because I think that's the thing that gets swept under the rug a lot about when it comes to sort of like just even talking about like autism and like ADHD and anxiety and stuff like that. It's like there's not like it's not a flaw in you. You're ill, and like you treat, like, if you break a leg, you go to the hospital and you get a cast or whatever. It's like if you get sick, you take medicine.
In this country, in other countries, you might just walk it off because you don't want that expense in your life.
Sure, I don't have a cool fucking 300 grand, but but like that's how you treat illness. And I think like there's a long way to go in terms of like that recognition and that acceptance, like society wide, of treating these things as an illness, which is what they are.
Yeah. But yeah, so I just want to take a few minutes out of this podcast, dear listener, to let you know about the amazing work that Ashley Burch is doing, and more power to them. And it's free to subscribe on YouTube to follow their work. And once again, it's I'm happy you're here.
I'm happy you're both here.
I'm happy too, because when I leave you by yourselves, shit happens.
Yeah, but we were left by ourselves many a time before you came around, sir. So don't you worry. You decided to stick around. You decided to come back. So who's more the fool?
Did
you know what? You have a good point.
Did the episode still get put out? Yeah, it did.
Yeah.
Couldn't have been that bad.
Yeah.
But no,
people have watched it, so it can't have been that bad.
Yeah. I think I jokingly threaten violence upon you both a lot in these podcasts. So sometimes I think sometimes I forget to balance that out with genuine like
affection.
Yeah. Because I did also last week threaten to come to your house and throw a Dungeons Master's guide at you. So I am happy. Big boy. I am happy.
I mean, in this very episode, you threatened to throw yeet laptop at someone, so
Oh, I didn't yeet. I said I was gonna beat him with it.
Oh, sorry, my mistake.
I wouldn't throw it. I might miss.
Exactly. You can't trust that aim of yours, Ames.
But yeah, no, cool.
Yeah. Should we do a little OpenCritic head-to-head?
Depends. How long do you want to talk about Death Stranding for?
I mean, we could just say what it reviewed. I haven't had any hands-on with it or seen anything from it. But I see here, I would have given it 100. Awesome.
Yeah.
You forgot to give it a number again.
It's time for
that's fair, though.
OpenCritic
If I forget to give it a
Head-to-Head.
number, it goes in at 100.
This is the game we play every week where we try to guess the upcoming OpenCritic average of upcoming games. Whoever guesses closest to the score at the time of recording gets a point. If you manage to guess the score correctly, you get 2 points. Yes, you activated my trap card, Vitz. I'm surprised you didn't know that was about to happen. I did mention it very explicitly on the episode last week that I was doing this.
To be fair, I've had zero mind space to think about anything else other than work and the other things going on. But yeah,
Last
you didn't
week,
get that far.
We didn't even watch that far. Did clearly.
Yeah, Daddy, he was just, I'm out.
I'm out. Close tab.
I looked at the timestamps and I
Unsubscribe.
saw. Yeah.
Nasty
I
comment.
saw the intro and then going into cool things of the week, and then I was like, "What's this D&D thing? Oh, I shall skip ahead to the." And I was like, "You know what? That's enough podcast for one day."
The daddy thing didn't even happen in the D&D part.
I know, again.
No, we didn't. It happened at the front.
Dungeons and daddies. It's a whole different kind of game.
Dungeons and Daddies.
Daddies and dragons.
Daddies and-
Both of those exist. Yes.
They do.
Ooh. I've seen some thick dragons.
Oh, if they're
Last
good enough
week,
for Donkey.
we tried to guess the OpenCritic average of Death Stranding 2 on the beach. I guess did we get a 90? I got annoyed that Vitz wouldn't fill the thing in when they're not here and put 100.
Yep.
And said if they don't change it, that's on them. And Moody guessed that we get an 88. At the time of recording,
Never
Death
fails.
Stranding 2 on the beach has an OpenCritic average of 90, which means I get 2 points.
Congrats.
Fucking
Amos.
failed. 88 has failed a lot lately. I'm
It
getting
fails
sick of
all
this.
the time. Like, you remember it's a
Yeah.
joke, right?
Yeah.
It was a joke when we first started. It remains a joke now, and I don't know why you keep like pinning all of your hopes to it. Like seriously, like if you're just doing the bit, then I respect the commitment to the bit.
That's what we're doing.
Then that's fine.
But also, that one time it does come in, we're going to do such a victory dance. It's going to be crazy.
Yeah.
The first time I did 69 as a bit in this game, it came through.
There you go.
It really
It
did.
was a Sonic game.
It was.
I don't
It
remember
was.
which one. I was like 69. That's funny, right?
One of the bad ones.
And then it got. I mean, 69 is not bad.
Some say it's nice.
I mean, 69 is nice. I just mean in general. Like, there's no like correlation between a game's quality and its review score on Metacritic or OpenCritic.
No, it's all an amalgamation of people's opinions, and you can't do it based on that. So,
You can't live your life like that. Like, that's no way to live life.
mhm. But yeah, that was OpenCritic Head-to-Head.
Yeah, what we doing this week? Nothing.
I can see that.
Everybody moved out of the way of the Titanic sales behemoth that was Death Stranding 2 on the beach.
Mm-hmm.
Thanks for the fantasy credit points, though.
You're welcome.
I was thanking Death Stranding 2 on the beach. I genuinely did not have any thoughts of this coming out when I picked it on Fantasy Critic at the beginning of the year. Genuinely
She's
did
Princess
not think it was
Peach.
coming out, and I was mad. In fact, I think I only picked it so I could complain about that stupid fucking dialogue line from the first game.
It's me, Princess Peach.
Princess Peach, fuck you, Kojima. Metal Gear Solid 5 was a great game, and I loved it a lot. But our relationship is over now. That line was
Can
terrible.
I just say? Can I say one thing about Kojima-san, and then we can wrap things up? I just want to say that I'm not even waiting for a response. I'm just rolling with it. Everybody, dear listeners, I highly recommend you check out Roger Picorni's interview with the one and only Caroline Polachek, who does the opening song to Death Stranding 2, and they were instrumental in introducing them to Kojima-san, and then Kojima-san went absolutely wild over this person, flew out to Paris to meet them, and essentially they wrote a song in something like 5 or 6 days, and yeah, it's an incredible interview that Roger Picorni did over at Kind of Funny, and I highly recommend everyone check that out.
I'm on Fantasy Critic. Just doing some
No,
stuff.
that's fine.
Just
Meanwhile,
doing some stuff
Moody.
I've been meaning to do for a while. I mean, not that I really need to pay any attention to Fantasy Critic. I'm pretty sure I could just let it run at this point. And still win. Not that I'm bragging. Dada, you love to hear it.
Moody, in the meantime,
Yes, sir.
Fitch has
It's your
got
time to shine.
Fitch has got somewhere to be. He needs to get out of here as fast as possible.
Okay, mommy and daddy, let's go. Hello, everybody. Be proud. You made it. Another day is behind you. Another week has passed. But do you want to know what else you have? It's a future that's all yours to decide. Let it fly, your heated fury, because it's time to party. We all welcome each other from far and wide. We'll be helping each other out all the way. Go live your best life. It all starts from level 1. Go now. High five that sky. Live long and prosper. Roll into them titties. The journey is yours, and it starts now. Kapow.